Miami is in a good spot to start with. Let me open up my internet window. So yeah, Miami has 12 commits right now. 11 of them for football for this year are from the state of Florida, with the one exception being Darren Branch from Amite, Louisiana, who's a defensive back. He could play corner or safety, or maybe even grow into a striker. So in that area. So 11 guys from the state of Florida. You have Samuel Anele, who is from Carroll City. He's bounced around to a few different high schools. He's 6'4", 245. He's really well developed. So, Mark, this will seem similar. He's built like Joe Jackson coming out of high school. So I know that, I was saying like, oh, yeah, cyborg and just like very developed and things like that. Samuel Anele is built pretty much the same. He's like a same weight, but an inch shorter. So he's a guy who's already committed to Miami. Willie Moise from Chaminade in Hollywood. He's 6'3", 300 pounds, defensive tackle. Also plays offensive line in the high school ranks, but he'll play defensive line here. Trayvon Riggins was at IMG Academy, but he's transferred back to his home school of Lakewood in St. Petersburg. Excuse me. He's 6'2", 280-ish. He's listed as a D end, but he's going to play defensive tackle. I saw him at the opening regional last year, and he was 275 as a current high school sophomore before getting into anybody's weight training or nutrition program. He's going to bump inside for sure. So those three guys are already committed. Miami is chasing after a bunch of different dudes. There's lots of guys, and I got to open up my own piece. Let me see, defensive targets 2020. I'm sorry, just give me a second. I wasn't super prepared for those names and things like that. But yeah, Miami is expanding the board every day at pretty much every position. So just know that. Along the defensive line, you got guys like Chance Williams, who attends Oak Leaf High School. That's the same high school that Shaq Quarterman came from. He's a package deal with his best friend, who's the offensive tackle, Jalen Rivers. Those are two four-star guys. So we're going after Chance Williams. Latari Kinsler plays D end in high school, but will probably be an outside linebacker at the college level because he's 6'2", 190 pounds. Jamari Stewart plays outside backer at the high school level, but he's probably going to be a defensive end. Think like Jafari Harvey-ish, kind of that under the radar kind of find. He's 6'4", 215, and Miami is the team to beat for Jamari Stewart right now, and he's visited a few times. Johnny Walker from Tampa Chamberlain is a similar type player to Jamari Stewart, but I would probably take Stewart before I took Walker, because Walker's 6'3", 210, so similar kind of build. And then a big guy that we want is Elijah Roberts, who was committed to Miami from Miami Columbus High School. So he was committed to Miami, he decommitted, and he's talking to a bunch of other teams like Penn State and Florida State and others. And then there's other offers out there every day to, 4 stars and 5 stars. So, Miami's going to shoot their shot with some other guys as well, in addition to all of those guys who are pretty much local, with Elijah Roberts being from Miami, Johnny Walker being from Tampa, and Jamari Stewart being from Port St. Lucie. All those guys, Latari Kinsler from Pahokee and Chance Williams from Orange Park outside of Jacksonville. So all those are pretty much local guys, but Miami will, be swinging other guys as well. At defensive tackle, Jalen Carter from Apopka, he's probably up there towards the top of the list. He's 6'4", 301, but he was like 270 pounds as a high school sophomore. High school junior, he's 300-ish. So he's going to be at that kind of size. So Miami's looking at him. And then, there are offers out to guys in and out of state. Warren Brinson, Kendrick Bingley-Jones, Vernon Broughton, and a couple others as well. So, Miami's still shooting their shot. But with 3 guys already committed, there's a foundation there. And hopefully you'll be able to add on top of that. And like in years past, if you need to update the recruit list and say, hey, we're going to drop this one guy and then substitute somebody else in, hopefully that can happen as well along the defensive line.